My name is Anna. I am a junior at NAU studying nursing, and something that I love is my friends. I love my friends because they have brought me closer to Jesus and shown me what true love feels like. I kind of just landed here, but I love it, and it's a lot like home in Salt Lake. My favorite thing to do in Flagstaff is be at the Newman Center. I love all of my friends here. And yeah, be at Newman night. My life before Christ was all over the place. There was lots of things that I thought were peaks and highs of my life, but a lot of valleys. I placed so much worth in friendships that weren't genuine and was just really focused on the wrong things and trying to get attention and affirmation the wrong ways. It felt like when days were good, they were really good, but when days were hard, I felt like I hit rock bottom and I really didn't know what to do. I just felt broken and empty. I think empty is a good word because I got to the point where I wouldn't feel sad or I wouldn't feel happy, but I would just feel kind of flatline. I think my walk in faith and my journey towards Jesus was really gradual. I've grown up Catholic my whole life, and there wasn't ever until when I really started to slowly come back to the church, then I was really on fire at one point. But there wasn't a moment when I switched from really suffering to being right with Jesus. I think it was a long journey. And just over time, learning how to deal with things and figuring out that the way I was dealing with them wasn't the way that I was liking. And finding that Jesus was the way that I liked to go about hard situations. I think that the Lord wants me to live fully and confidently and thriving and having fun, but in all the right ways. And I think that He's really showed me how to do that by placing such virtuous friends in my life and giving me the Newman Center to show example how I can live fully and enjoy life so much, but in the right ways. I have a couple really special friends that I've made at the Newman Center. They've developed gradually in a sense, but also once there was that initial click, they were just close. And my friends from that point, my best friend Jolie, at spring of my freshman year, I noticed that she posted something about being Catholic on her Instagram, and it totally shocked me because I didn't think, I used to ask people if they knew what Catholic was. I didn't know that people knew what Catholic was. And so when I saw that, it was kind of this point where I was feeling I was wanting a shift in my life. And when I saw that, I was oh my gosh. So I reached out to her and I was you're Catholic? And she said yes, and she ended up picking me up for church one day, and she took me to the Newman Center, and it was really cool. I was a little bit shy and felt a little bit awkward because it was the first time going to church since I got to school and whatever. And I kind of had this feeling of okay, wait, I don't want to go to church too much because I don't want people to be getting to know me and then wonder where I am when I decide not to come back. I went in with the intention that I wasn't going to be committed fully, and then I studied abroad for a semester the next fall, and when I came back, I got to live with my bestie Jolie, and that was when my whole walk in faith really started to blossom. She held Bible study at our house, and because it was at the house, there was no excuse for me not to come. And from the first Bible study that she held, I was just so on fire, and I was oh my gosh, this is so cool that she knows so much about the Lord and the faith, and also how she can speak and lead all of these girls through an hour of deep discussion. It was so cool. So I would be waiting for Bible study the next week, and it was my favorite part of my week. And we started going to the Newman Center together, and I found out she worked at the Newman Center, and I was okay, that's the coolest thing ever. She really pours into the church, and she's so cool. I used to think church was weird and all of and everything, but she's the coolest person I've ever met, and she works at the church and is so involved in the church. So I think that our friendship just like immediately got so strong. But when I think of like coming to the Newman Center, it was over time. So I think that like I went through all the struggles and hard times I did early on for the reason of like getting to where I am today. I was the farthest place from where I wanted to be, but those experiences are what like I go off of to get where I am today. So I think that those experiences were really necessary. Coming to college and having the fun that I thought was like the genuine fun, and then kind of like getting a desire to veer away from that, but it wasn't immediate. And I think that he was like pursuing me slowly so that I didn't run away and like get scared. I think that it was slow and gradual because that's how he knows my heart, and so he knew that's how I needed to be approached, and it totally worked. My life looks completely opposite of how I would have expected it if you talked to me 2 years ago, but I couldn't be more happy. And sometimes I still wrestle with this feeling of like, this is not where I thought I wanted to be or what I thought I wanted my future to look like, but I'm so happy that it's where I am. I spend so much time running around all over the place. I now work at the Newman Center. I'm there all the time for like events and Newman Night, and I go to church multiple times a week. So my life is filled with Jesus and filled with those virtuous friends that have just like slowly made their way into my life. And it's really what my life revolves around now. My Bible study, okay. So my best friend Jolie that I've been talking about, she, like I said, she held this Bible study at our house. And then at the beginning of this school year, which is her senior year and my junior year, our Bible study was like, her kitchen was overflowing with girls. We had upwards of 20 girls in her kitchen, and we seriously like didn't have enough seats for girls, and we like quickly ran out of floor space too. And so our focus missionary, Grace, who works really closely with Julie and I, kind of placed this idea of like, okay, what if we split up the Bible study? It's a Bible study for girls in the sorority. Most of them are in Tri Delta. And I was really excited because since that first Bible study in our kitchen last year, I've like wanted to figure out how to lead a Bible study. Like I actually texted my parents like 2 weeks into Bible study and was like, I'm gonna lead a Bible study for the family over summer. And that never happened because I had no idea how to lead a Bible study. But then Grace approached me and was like, I want this to start soon. I think you're ready, like pray on it, but I want this to start soon. And I was really overwhelmed, but I was really excited. They showed me Focus Equip, and it has like all of these Bible studies where you can like follow off of and everything. And then I started my Bible study like a month later, 2 months later, and it's so fun. It's with the younger half of the girls in our sorority, and sometimes we have, again, like upwards of 15 girls, and then other times we have a smaller group for the week, and both are so special. Like when we have the kitchen overflowing, it's just this feeling of like this big community of girls that are so close to us in such similar situations that all are here on a Tuesday night because they're pursuing Jesus and want to get closer with him. And then on the weeks that it's small, it's just so special because it's intimate and everyone gets to speak and we just dive in so deep. This week in my Bible study, we looked at the story of the prodigal son, Luke 15, and at the end of that story, well, multiple times in that parable, Jesus quotes that the younger son was dead and now he's alive, and he was once lost and now he's found. And that really sticks out to me, but even more, the older brother is questioning, like, why is this younger brother getting all of this like party and celebration when I've been working as this like for you so hard my whole life and so faithfully. And the father just says that because the brother is home safe and sound. And that just like, oh my gosh! I just love this story because I can relate with both the younger and the old. Well, very much so with the younger son, because when he's hit rock bottom, he realizes how good life was at home with his dad and his family and all of these things. So I totally like relate to that. And then just like how Jesus and in the parable the father is so welcoming, and it just, like, with no doubt, just welcomes him with open arms and is so excited, and that, like, he's just simply celebrating the fact that he's home safe and sound.